Hello, so welcome back this time to video 9B. Note to self, don't stop or don't pause a recording when you've got an incoming call, otherwise you have to take a new video. Still learning, eh? So, hard to get away from chalk really around here. Here we are. So this is our example of some chalk. Breaks nice and cleanly off like that. Very fine grained, you can see in my hand there, easily pulverised. You can imagine pressures of hydraulic action and corrosion, all these acids and the pressure of the water breaking this up pretty easily. So obviously, yeah, this is a type of sedimentary rock, formed of calcite mainly. It's about 99% calcium carbonate. It's basically a form of limestone, and it is one of the most easily eroded. However, clay, people often associate it with clay. Chalk is actually quite a bit more resistant than clay, and you'll notice actually that's why you get these quite tall dramatic cliffs like that. Obviously these are part of a larger sort of White Cliffs of Dover series. They can actually form tall structures because they are a little bit more resistant, particularly if they've been worn down, because then they get a little bit more compacted. One thing obviously that is quite advantageous about chalk is that it is porous, which means obviously there's little holes within it that will hold water, and it's permeable, which means it absorbs water through the surface. So in places where you get droughts often, obviously a chalk bedrock will be advantageous because obviously it acts like a natural reservoir, so people can actually tap into these groundwater sources pretty easily. As you can see, there's a much needed railing down here. It's quite slippery in places, even in the summer. As you know, you get quite a lot of surface runoff from on surfaces that, even though they might be permeable, are quite worn down by footpath erosion, and therefore if they're compacted, the water's going to just run off the surface rather than being absorbed so easily, because they're basically crushed and at full capacity. We find a little cave actually etched into the rock. Maybe Mr. Farmery might be in here. No, not today. It's often one of his places he likes to frequent to do his marking. And continuing down, you can obviously notice that where you're losing your altitude, biodiversity is perhaps becoming greater. We're getting these